welcome back to Miss Maddie's studio. I'm Maddie, and today we are doing part 2 of last week's video where I'm finishing up some resining, sealing of some clay figurines that I made back in the end of 2024. The beginning of this year is going to be dedicated to me finishing all of the projects that I have left unfinished from last year and maybe even 2023. Right now I'm finishing up the cactus that I've been working on and was made and painted and partly sealed in last week's video. I love how everything came out. I think I did a pretty good job. I'm getting a pretty good handle on resin and actually being able to work with it, and I'm not able to make it all smooth every time. It is still hard to predict which way it's going to go with the resin because it is a liquid, and I always think that it's going to harden a little faster than it ends up hardening under the UV light. So that's what always gets me, is that I'm not paying attention, thinking, oh, it's fine, it's getting, it's getting hard, and it's finishing its seal, process here of curing. That's the word, curing. And then I suddenly have resin running down my finger, hardening to my finger instead, which is great. Luckily it just peels off, but I don't recommend it for other people. I started doing this technique where I would slowly kind of rotate the piece like side to side. That way gravity would help me keep it in the location that I want it to be, instead of rolling down the back to other parts that are already sealed, making weird bumps and just, yeah, it takes practice to be able to make it work right with the resin, but I'm getting there. I still definitely recommend resin to people who are wanting to, seal off their figurines like I am, with working with clay or making coasters, doing any of those kind of things. I prefer the UV resin, but resin is fun. It's fun. It works better now than, I think it was user error that I was having so many issues with it before, and now that I'm a little more learned on the subject, I do feel a bit better. I am sorry if I sound off. I am sick once again. I went to the doctor's yesterday, so of course, every time I go to the doctor's, I catch some sort of illness and end up being sick for a week. Minimum a week. Yay, chronic illness. I swear, it feels like I have no immune system sometimes. And of course, I'm saying that facetiously, but it really does feel like I have one of the worst immune systems known to man. I catch every disease, not disease, Jesus. every illness, every flu, every cold, every bug, like anything that is contagious in that airborne sense, I typically catch. I ended up having COVID 2, maybe 3 times. I didn't get tested the last time, but it felt very similar to the other times I got COVID. And I was one of those people that I immediately went out and got vaccinated. I took the booster. I try to keep myself protected and healthy, and I can't overcome having a chronic illness though, so it's unfortunate. But it is what it is. So, next week I am planning on doing 2 colored illustrations. I inked these pages at the end of December 2024. and they've just been sitting there waiting for me to get the courage to take markers to them. So that is going to be next week's video, and I am really actually excited for that one. It's been a minute since I've done a marker illustration on, oh no, it hasn't. Feels like it's been a minute. I feel very out of it. I'm sorry. I probably shouldn't even be doing a voiceover at this moment, but I am alone in my house, so this is the perfect time for me to be doing a voiceover. Oh well. This cactus, it took only about 30 minutes to finish the rest of the ceiling of it, which is surprising because some of the projects took upwards of an hour or more. I believe the rose hairpin took like 2 hours to complete. The snail with the snake and the flower, that one took probably an hour to finish. The rest of them were pretty quick and easy though, because they're just easier shapes. I don't have to do so much like nitpicking of it. Like with the snail one, I had to go and resin seal each of its antenna, which I did all the antenna at the same time. I don't think they're called antenna with snails. Feelers, those, the little pokey bits at the top of their head that isn't the eye stalks. Yeah, so I went and I did those all at once because one of them had already broken off previously, one of the really long ones, and I already had to glue it, and luckily it stayed glued with just tacky glue. It stayed together and you can't really notice it, but I do feel a lot better now knowing that it is resin sealed and it's not gonna pop off if someone accidentally touches it or it drops. I believe that's what happened, is that the table that it was on previously was knocked into and it fell to the floor and crashed. So what else has been going on in my life? Let's see. I recently got an upgrade to my outside porch area, which was lovely. I now have a lovely padded chair that I can sit on to hang out there, and I might even potentially do some painting out there. It would really be lovely to paint out there. Not very many nice views in the back of my house because it's really just a white kind of plastic fence. And I mean, there is a thicket back there that's really nice, but I can barely see it when I'm sitting outside because I just mostly see like the 6-foot plastic white fence. But it would still be nice to paint, even if I'm not painting from life. Just painting in general outside is always really nice. And I also got one of those little kind of like rugrat cage areas that they make for dogs, that's in like an octagon shape. I got myself one of those so I can bring my babies out back and sit outside with them. Evie is still too young to go for walks, and every time we try to get her a harness to see if we can at least walk her to the backyard, it's either way too big. Excuse me. Sorry. I'm very tired. Yeah, every time we try to get a harness for Evie, it's either way, way, way too big or just too small. So we're going to try again. We just received the second one yesterday and it was just too small, which is really annoying because they had a fit chart and I went based on the fit chart of what she was, and it was wrong still, so oh well, I guess I know now that she's a extra extra small and not a triple extra small. And she is, I don't really think even the videos do her justice of how teeny tiny she is. She's probably 4 pounds now as a full grown dog, and she is full grown or almost full grown at this point. She's, I believe she's 7 or 8 months old, I believe. I still am not sure what exactly her birthday is, and that would definitely help. But she's probably like 4 pounds. She's one of those like purse dogs. Like, I think she would be so happy if I got a little purse for her to sit in. That would be like I really think that would be like her happiest thing. She'd be in heaven. Alright, so I am just about finished with the cactus, and now I'm going to show you guys with the magic of editing here. I will show you the rest of them, but first I wanted to show off my great work here with the little cactus and the smiley guy. See, there's a couple of drips, but we really got pretty good about that at the end there. Alright, now we just have to finish off all of these. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And voila! Thank you, editing. And I did have to change up the flower a little bit. I didn't like where the leaf ended up, so I had to break it off and move it up farther so it could sit better in my hair. This is a cranny creature that I made that is obviously a water creature. And here is that snail with the skull and the snake hitching a ride on its back. I absolutely adore this piece. I think it is just so cute. This is another cranny creature. It's kind of a mix of an elephant and a beaver, I guess. Honestly, I was just messing around seeing if I could make different shapes and different kinds of creatures. This is all just practice for other things that I would like to make in the future and potentially sell. Now here is one of the incense burners that I made. I made 3 in total. They're all skulls. This one has some petals on the outer rims, which I absolutely love how that came out. I wish it was higher up. Like, it doesn't look like a skull very much. It looks very flat. But oh well. This is the other one. It has some lovely crystals in the top that promote calmness and peace, which is also the blue. Here's another cranny creature. I gave this one a jaw this time, trying to I was trying to see if I could add an open mouth jaw, which I think it was pretty successful. And I love this little dinosaur cranny creature that has a tail, and it's just really shy holding its tail. It's got a little egg. Alright, this is going to be me wearing the flower hairpin in a couple different ways. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Comment, like, subscribe, and all of those fun things. It really helps. And bye!